You have dreams you want to achieve. Why haven't you started working towards them? Step by step. Why are you still waiting? Are you getting comfortable? Is this your limit? Comfort is the enemy of progress. Understand that. It's not because you're untalented. That's not why you're not making it. That's not why you're not achieving your goals. It's because you're getting too comfortable. You're setting goals, but in reality, everyone sets goals, even though everyone wants to be rich. But the difference between you and them is that you should work towards it. You step out of your comfort zone every single day. When we get too comfortable, we stop striving for more. We settle for mediocrity and become complacent. We stop pushing ourselves to learn new skills, take risks, and pursue our dreams. We get stuck in our comfort zone, and that's the sad reality, which ultimately leads to regret and unfulfilled potential. Because when you get stuck, it's really hard to leave. The same with everything. You have to keep pushing forward. As Winston Churchill once said, if you're going through hell, keep going. There's light at the end of the tunnel. So stop saying you've reached your limit. You've done all you can when you clearly haven't. You know you haven't. When you go to sleep tonight, when you're sitting in your comfortable bed, ask yourself, have I done everything I could do today? And I guarantee for most of you the answer will be no. Ask yourself again, did I take a step forward? Did I surpass my previous limits? Successful people don't get comfortable. You think the billionaires in the world, you think they're always sitting down comfortable? Or maybe they actually are, but do you think when they made those billions, do you think they were comfortable? Of course they weren't. They were always pushing themselves out of their comfort zone. That's where success comes from. They know that growth and success come from stepping outside of their comfort zone. They take calculated risks and they always try new things. So why don't you? Why don't you? Actually, ask yourself that question. Alright, sorry for that. That was a bit of a rant from me, but you have to understand the dangers of being in the comfort zone. Now, let me give you just a quick 5-step process so you can surpass your limits just a small amount every day. Because as was said from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, small things compound. Just like you hear the gurus say, oh, invest $100 a month into 401ks, and when you're 70 you'll have $1 million. Yeah, you might, but when it comes to skills, they compound much faster. But that's the problem with compounding. You might start using good habits, start stepping out of your comfort zone for 90 days, half a year, and then you'll find yourself not finding any results. So you'll just quit. But when in reality, it's more of a graph shaped like this. So currently, and here is 2 years to get to the top. To get to the middle, it's 1 year. And then after half a year, it's usually here. So you've barely made any progress. But if you wait just another year, you'd reach the top. It's that simple. So again, don't give up. Now let's start with a quick 5-step process. Surpassing your limits on a daily basis. Firstly, set goals. Now I know this is a cliche, and as I just said before, everyone sets goals, but you still need that. So it's always a good first step to start with, but never take too long on that. Goals, just set them, have a clear goal in mind, then just stop worrying about the goals, start focusing on them, start working towards them, taking a step every time. Make sure the goals that you set will challenge you and will help you achieve success in areas that you want to grow in. Then the second step is to take small steps towards it. And trust me, and I've tried this before. And let me actually give you guys a story. So, firstly, when I started going to the gym, I think around a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago, as soon as I went in, I was going in, even though everyone told me I should take rest days, I was going 7 days a week, legit. Imagine going every day, no rest days. My muscles obviously, that's not even good for muscle building. I was just doing it because I thought that was cool. And so I was going 7 days a week. 2 weeks in, that's it. I stopped. And then 2 months later, after I started learning more about it, and back then I was a bit of a degenerate, so I watched TikTok and stuff, I learned the real basis of how gym works, why we need to take rest days. And I started staying consistent. At first I started with I think 3 days a week, then I built it up to 4 and 5, and now I go 6 days a week. And so it really is important to always take small steps. If you jump right in, you will just lose all motivation. And I know I'm not saying that you need motivation, you can just be disciplined. But literally within a week, if you do something really quickly, let's say you want to learn a language on Duolingo, for example, you go in, you do 2 units first day, no problem. You won't continue the second day, and I'm sure of that. And I've done that, when everyone tried to join a Duolingo course when we were children. That's what happens. That just means you went in for the motivation. Start with the lesson a day, 3 days a week, whatever it is, and build up from there. Thirdly, embrace discomfort. You need to understand that discomfort is a necessary part of growth. You need it. And it's okay to feel uncomfortable. Even if it hurts, even if you get annoyed, it's okay to feel uncomfortable. It's not even okay, it's good to feel uncomfortable. Do you think the people from 1,000 years ago, they weren't uncomfortable? Their whole lives were built on discomfort. Everything they did, they went out of the jungle, they hunted for food, they brought food back to their families. It was all discomfortable, but they still did it. When Andrew Tate, for example, do you think he's not embracing discomfort? Well, maybe he isn't now, he's living his best life. But 20 years ago or 10 years ago, look at him. His life was incredibly difficult. Like, he lost his father, he didn't talk to his sister much, his mother was he didn't talk to his mother much, he was working an average 9 to 5, and then he went back home, he worked on business all day. I don't really like... Never mind. The fourth step is surrounding yourself with supportive people and real friends, because they will encourage you and inspire you to take risks, grow, to keep pushing when you're about to give up. But what are real friends? Let's define that real quick. A friend... Well, actually, let me tell you this quote. A good friend is happy when you accomplish something and is sad when you give up. A bad friend is happy when you give up and sad when you accomplish nothing. And you accomplish everything, sorry. So, but you might be like, well, I have no good friends near me. Everyone's a degenerate, no one's on self-improvement, no one's trying to get rich, no one's working towards their goals. So what do I do? And I would say, unless there's someone who's on the edge of changing to becoming a non-degenerate, or someone whose only friend is you and who you're really close to, who you can actually influence, then don't bother. And trust me, I know this from experience. I've actually tried bringing some of my friends onto this. It never works. Never. You can't bring someone on something they don't want to do when they have other influences as well. Look at you. How hard was it for you to get on self-improvement? And you're someone who watches about self-improvement every day. You're watching this video right here. So imagine how hard it would be for them to actually get into it. You need to look for new people. Keep searching. Trust me. There's this quote that says, one person can go fast, but a group of people go farther. So, find a group of people who are supportive, who will encourage you like a tribe of men, you could say. And then lastly, be proud of what you do. Now, there's a difference between being proud and being accomplished. Be proud of what you do. Be really proud of it. You might think you didn't make any progress, but when you look back, everything had changed. And that's the truth. So don't give up. Keep going. And always take pride in what you do, because if you don't, you will give up. But at the same time, don't be accomplished. Don't feel like, because I'm now making $1,000 a month when I used to make zero. You should be proud of that, obviously. You've literally increased by 1k a month, which is good. Or 10k a month, or 100k a month. Always be proud of it, but don't feel accomplished, because when you feel accomplished, you'll stop. You'll stay at $1,000 a month. You won't go on to 10k, or if you're at 10k, you won't go to 100k, and so on and so forth. So there you have it, my tips on how to stop being comfortable and complacent. Remember, getting out of your comfort zone is not easy, but it's necessary if you want to achieve your goals and live your best life. So challenge yourself, take risks, and don't be afraid to embrace discomfort. Thanks for watching, and remember, Don't give up, no matter what.